Won't you look at this? We're doing well. Hello and welcome to the Fermentation Show. We've got our set, kind of. We're still doing a little bit more, but it's looking good. This is Octavius, the aloe vera plant. We're going to see how that grows, so keep an eye on him. So yeah, because we're halfway doing this set and I haven't really got enough space to start doing a tutorial video, we are going to do another FAQs with Alistair. So this one's about kombucha. Now kombucha is easily one of our most popular products and has been trending in recent years. So it would only make sense to do an 8 things I wish I knew before making kombucha videos so that anyone starting making kombucha has good tips and will know exactly what they are doing. Okay, so I have 8 more of your questions to answer about kombucha, and hopefully this will help you with your kombucha journey. Okay, let's start with our first question, which comes from Jim Taylor. Jim Taylor asks, what does it mean if my SCOBY sinks? Simple answer, nothing. A sinking SCOBY means nothing and is nothing to worry about. Your SCOBY can move as much as it wants while fermenting and it makes no difference to the outcome. It can sink, it can float, it can stay in the middle, it can even do flips, and it means nothing. So please don't worry if your SCOBY is sinking, flipping, or building a house. I don't know, it's normal. Your SCOBY, not building a house. If your SCOBY's building, moral of the story, it does not matter if your SCOBY moves, it's fine, it's absolutely fine, no stress, keep your hand. Vanessa Summer asks, how do I make sure my SCOBY's okay if I go on holiday? Now, this is a good question, also another popular question we get on the phones here. If you're planning on going on holiday, it is so easy to look after your kombucha SCOBY. All you need to do is pretty much make sure that SCOBY is away from pests, so make sure whatever it's in is covered, and make sure it's got kombucha to sit in comfortably. You could technically leave it in the jar it's been fermenting in and it should be absolutely fine. If most people are going away for maximum a month, and this, it will be absolutely fine. So you can leave it in this, no stress, no worries. Just make sure it's in a warm environment that kind of keeps a constant temperature of room temperature. That's ideal. One thing you should not do, and a lot of people do, never put your SCOBY in the fridge. This doesn't even matter if you're going on holiday or not. Just never put your SCOBY in the fridge. It will kill it. Now, if you leave your SCOBY in the jar, it will continue to ferment and probably will make a vinegar. So as soon as you get back, you're going to want to reculture that SCOBY and make some brand new kombucha when you are ready. Ryan Crest asks, what is the difference between the colored SCOBYs and the regular SCOBY? I'm going to let you in on some freshly fermented secrets here. So here's the thing, and we've made the colored SCOBYs for a very specific reason. So they're not pointless, they're not just to make a cool colored kombucha, they actually have purpose here. So regular kombucha, the standard kombucha SCOBY we make can be used with any tea and, should be used with any tea. It's kombucha and it's all yours to kind of customize, personalize, make whatever kombucha flavor you want. However, the colored SCOBYs, like our Egyptian SCOBY, will be used for a certain type of tea. And I have some right here. How cool is this? I love this. So here we are. So this is the Egyptian SCOBY, and as you can see, it's a bit more red coloration. So as you can see in this one, it's a bit more brown, the liquid's a bit more of a yellow color, orangey, whatever color you want to say it is. And this one's more red, and there is a reason for this, and I will tell you now. So this is made with a blend of our tea. This is our custom SCOBY and our custom starter tea. This is kind of a trade secret. We're not going to tell you, but this is the freshly fermented starter tea that we all know and love. So the reason this starter tea is red is because it's been made solely with hibiscus tea. That is the reason that you have a different colored SCOBY to this one. Now, each of our different named SCOBYs are made with a different named tea. And there is a reason for this, and this is practical, and I will tell you why. Let's say you were in the market to make, you're a kombucha making entrepreneur, you like your kombucha, you've got many jars right here like I do, and you were in the market to make a purebred hibiscus kombucha. Now, how can you do that? How can you make a purebred hibiscus kombucha, that's kind of been raised on it, pedigree hibiscus kombucha, the best of the best of the market? Well, I'll tell you how. You use an Egyptian SCOBY because that puppy has been raised on hibiscus tea rather than our regular SCOBYs, which was made with a mixture of black teas. If you're looking to make the purest hibiscus tea on the market, the Egyptian one is the one you want. If you're looking to make the purest oolong kombucha on the market, the Island Girl is the best one to do. If you're looking to make the best Darjeeling tea kombucha on the market, the Viennese SCOBY is the one you want. Pretty much, if you're planning on using a specific tea for your kombucha, you should research what one of our SCOBYs is raised with what tea, as this will be the one you want. But that's not saying that our regular kombucha SCOBY cannot be used with any tea. It can, and it will still taste great. It's just if you want that pure hibiscus flavor, Egyptian SCOBY is the one you want. Jane Taunton asks, my SCOBY has got mold. Can I still use it? No, no, you cannot. Do not use that. We mentioned this in the last video. Just because there's mold in your ferment does not mean it's okay. I feel like there's a little bit of a misconception between fermentation and just rot. They're two different things, and you kind of need to know what one's what if you're planning on fermentation. Any mold that ever turns up in any of your ferments, whether it be sourdough, kombucha, kefir, yogurts, if it's got mold, just throw it away. It's not worth it. It can make you very ill. It's just worth restarting. We would always advise against going with a moldy kombucha. It's not going to taste great and it really could make you ill. So if your kombucha has got mold on the surface or mold in the tea, just get rid of it and start again. And if there's something that looks strange in there and you're not sure what it is, give us a call. We'll be absolutely happy to help you identify what is going on with your kombucha. Lars Fargo asks, why does my starter tea smell like vinegar? Well, there's a simple answer for that. It's because it is. Your starter tea is essentially vinegar, or if you want to put it, very well fermented kombucha. And plus, the more vinegary your starter tea, the more it will work better. You won't be risking an under-fermented kombucha. You will be getting authentic and originally made starter tea that's been left to age, so it is ready for you to make your kombucha with it. I like to see it as the more aged your starter tea is, the better it will work. But once it gets to about 2 weeks, your starter tea will work to the best of its ability, and it will just, you know, make your kombucha as well as it possibly could. So yeah, the reason that your starter tea smells like vinegar is because it is. No worries, because that should not reflect the taste of your kombucha. That depends on how long you leave it. Jesse Smith asks, why is homemade kombucha much stronger than it is in the supermarket? Well, there's also a good reason for this as well. And no, it does not mean you've made your kombucha wrong. Let me just grab a bottle of freshly fermented original organic kombucha, which is available on the Freshly Fermented website, link in the description below. So this is made authentically and originally and traditionally. That is the most important part about most kombucha. Our kombucha is made exactly how you would make it at home, but just in a, a larger container. It uses a very large batch method to make our kombucha. Which is not the same as the ones that the supermarket brands like Remedy would use. This is common knowledge. You can find this out by looking at the ingredients on the can. This is not some hidden information that I stole from the Remedy vaults in Australia. This is commonly known, and they don't hide this. It's on their cans. Remedy use an ingredient called stevia. Now, stevia is like a sugar. It can be marketed as a natural sweetener. There's a debate going on right now whether it's good to put in kombucha or whether it can actually hinder the gut health. I'm not going to get into that again. If you want to learn a bit more about that, you can go watch our Kombucha Revolution video, which is available in right here, this one. Press this link and it will take you straight to that video. Maybe watch this one first. But it's just made a different way. Whether it's kombucha or not, I believe it is. A lot of people say it's not. It's a real debate going on right now. This is genuinely a very, very touchy subject. But in my opinion, yes, it's kombucha. It's just made a different way, maybe weakened a bit. It's not authentic, and that's the important thing we need to get here. It's not made traditionally, so it's your say. If you like that one, you like that one. If you like our one, you like our one. I'm not going to judge. You can like whatever kombucha you want to like. A lot of the people that drank the supermarket brands actually came over and started making their own kombucha. So I feel like there's a method where we can both join hands and say, hi, how do you do, and work together and, be nice to each other. It's just made a different way, and that's all it is. One's a bit, weaker and sweeter. One's a bit more stronger and pungent. It's just made differently. One's a bit more better for you. One's a bit more, less better for you. I'm not going to say it's useless, but, do your own research on that. I can't get into that because that is a whole other kettle of fish. Teresa Neri asks, what else can I do with an extra SCOBY other than make kombucha? Oh, I like this. We're doing a bit more of a diversification thing here. Now, would you believe me if I told you you can eat your SCOBY? Because you can, and a lot of people do. There is an unbelievable amount you can do with your SCOBY if you do not want to use it for kombucha. Whether you want to do it, up to you. Now, is it good for you? Up to you. I honestly wouldn't be able to answer that. There's a lot of theories that it could involve, some good stuff for you, some bad stuff for you. I wouldn't be able to comment. I honestly do not know. Now, you can make something called SCOBY jerky, which is essentially dried SCOBY cut into slices and, you know, doused in a bit of flavoring. This is actually a really common thing to do with it. It's a little bit unorthodox, but, you know, I'd try it. Ooh, future episode maybe, we'll see. There's also some SCOBY puree. You can add it in SCOBY mayonnaise. There's a dessert you can make with SCOBY. That's something that I'm a bit interested in doing, so maybe we'll do that in an upcoming video. Now, one really cool thing that a lady in America is doing right now is actually making SCOBY clothing out of SCOBYs, which sounds weird, but once you really think about how resourceful it is and how good for the environment it is, it's brilliant, and I really recommend you reading that. It's really interesting. But chances are you're not going to be doing that, so we'll stay clear of that. But there's a lot you can do. You can make cookie dough with it, like I said, jerky, mayonnaise. There's loads. I urge you to research and try some. And if you do, head over to the official UK fermentation group over on Facebook and post it in there. I would absolutely love to see what you do with your SCOBYs. And for our final question, Mr. Harry Nair asks, what is the best way to carbonate/second ferment your kombucha? Now, this is a really good question, actually. So the process of second fermentation, or as we call it, carbonation, that's kind of, if you ever hear me say carbonation, I mean second fermentation. People have got different names for them, you know. The process of that is simply carbonate your kombucha, make it fizzy. Flat kombuchas, you know, that's okay to drink. You can drink your kombucha straight away without doing second fermentation, but the traditional way to drink it is fizzy, and you know, that's kind of the way that a lot of people drink it. Do I have any tips on the best way to carbonate it? Of course I do. This is the fermentation show. What, didn't you hear? I kind of know my stuff. If you're looking to second ferment, now, a lot of people use clip top bottles. You can do this. A lot of people don't have clip top bottles, so you know what? You don't need them. Newsflash, you don't need them. You can use these bowls. And do you want to hear a little bit of a tip? Do you want to hear a little bit of inside knowledge straight from the freshly fermented production team? These are our carbonation bottles. This is what we use. We carbonate them in bottles like this. And chances are, you're more likely to have a bottle like this lying around than a bottle like this. You can carbonate your kombucha in anything that you can, you know, airtight. It does not have to be clip top. It can be any bottle, an airtight lid. You'll be fine. Actually, no, saying that, not any bottle. And here is something that you really should pay attention to, because so many people make this mistake and it is so dangerous. And I mean this, it is actually really dangerous. So please, if you're going to listen to any part of this video, listen to this bit. A lot of people ferment their kombucha in square-shaped clip-top bottles. I know Kilner makes some. There's a lot of people that make them. Do not do that. Do not use square bottles for second fermentation. I cannot urge enough how dangerous that is, and here's why. The square-shaped bottles have weak points. In those corners, all around the bottle, they're weak points. And kombucha carbonates, it builds up gases and gases and gases and gases. And do you know what it is more likely to explode in than any other bottle? A square clip-top bottle. A lot of the staff here have done this, and this information solely comes from experience. The most dangerous types of bottle to second ferment your kombucha in is those square ones, so please do not do it. It really is dangerous. If you've got kids running around or pets running around, it can shatter. God forbid it shatters in a child's face. That got dark. So yeah, if I have one important tip for you, Mr. Harry Nair, please do not ferment them in square bottles. Any bottle is fine, but anything glass and square, do not use. And that's it. That is 8 things I wish I knew before making kombucha, and I really do hope this video has helped you. And I'm sorry for the videos being a little bit lackluster recently. I know our last one didn't even have an outro. We've been trying to set up this set, and I love it. This is a lot more comfortable, and as you may have noticed, I am standing now. I love this. This is great. I cannot wait to film more videos for you. And before we go, I have a little message for one of our main watchers, you know, kind of biggest fans, #1 fans, you know who you are. Of course, happy birthday, Beth Quinton. I know that you weren't expecting this, but we're doing it anyway. It was Beth's birthday on Sunday, and she is kind of the show's #1 fan and always gives me really good feedback whenever we make a video. So happy birthday, Beth. I know I was there on your birthday, but now I'm saying it on your favorite YouTube channel, The Fermentation Show. Look at this. Happy birthday, you little so-and-so. Again, like I said, we're going to make a few more like this. If you want to check out 8 things I wish I knew before making yogurts, the video link will be right here. It's a bit of a different feel with the hot sauce challenge involved, but still as helpful as this video. We're trying to hit 150 subscribers by the end of the year, and we are so close. At time of filming this, we are 13 subscribers away, and I would really appreciate if you could subscribe. It would mean the world to me if we could hit that target before the end of 2021. But yeah, that's all from me. Happy booching, and I'll see you next week. Thank you very much.